to use child pornography. I thought she got it pretty easy, to be perfectly honest with you. No, no. This was historic. They made it hysteric. Yes. It was appalling what was done to Ketanji Brown Jackson, KBJ. Yes, absolutely. Meanwhile, we'll keep trashing Clarence Thomas, demand that he recuse, that no, that he resign, nay, that he be impeached. That the second black person on the Supreme Court is no damn good. He's gotta go. He's not historic, of course, but KBJ, she's historic. Unbelievable, fantastic, and nobody knows better than Susan Collins, who interviewed her for 90 minutes and said she vetted her through that interview. Everybody knows Susan Collins knows best. And I don't remember, you know? Nicole Hannah-Jones defending Clarence Thomas. I don't remember her defending any minority candidates nominated by any Republican. No. What's that all about? Their minds have been colonized by the white dominant society. And how dare Republicans ask her about her ruling? How dare they ask her about her support for civil rights theory, which undermines the whole American enterprise? How dare they ask her what her woman is? How offensive. It was verbal racism, ladies and gentlemen. Verbal racism. And then there's Tim Scott, black man from South Carolina. How dare he be a Republican? Black man from South Carolina. And he couldn't even bring himself to vote for this historic nominee. What kind of a black man is he? Absolutely unacceptable. He too has had his mind colonized by the white man, as the critical race theory lore goes. Well, let's first listen to what Kamala Harris had to say about all this today. Cutting, go.
So indeed the road toward our more perfect union is not always straight, and it is not always smooth, but sometimes it leads to a day like today. A day that reminds us what is possible when progress is made, and that the journey, well, it will always be worth it.
Okay, that's quiet. All right, now we have Biden in the White House today. Biden. When he came to the Senate, threw in with the segregationists and the racists who opposed integration. He didn't want to send his kids into the quote-unquote jungle. Those words never resonated during the election because the corrupt media were so much in his camp. They didn't want to dig up stuff like that, or the laptop, or you name it. Because we need a historic moment like this, where the most radical, extremist individual on the list of individuals that Joe Biden received was nominated to the Supreme Court. In a historic moment. Joe Biden, cut 9, go.
I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I knew the person
It
I
was very
nominated-
easy, you moron. What are you talking about? Hey, I knew it wouldn't be easy. As he squints, as his dentures are kind of moving around in his big mouth. And I knew it wouldn't be easy. Oh, it was so terrible. She flew through. What the hell are they talking about? Go ahead.
I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I knew the person I nominated would be put
for her record. Nobody personally attacked her. Nobody attacked her husband or her children. Nobody made personal allegations against her. You jerk. That's right, you jerk. Go ahead.
But I have to tell you, what Judge Jackson's put through was well beyond that. There was verbal abuse, the anger.
Verbal abuse. This is the man who tried to destroy Clarence Thomas. This is the man who tried to destroy Bob Moore. This is the man who tried to destroy Miguel Estrada. This is the man who tried to destroy one qualified nominee after another. This is the man who blocked Rogers Brown, a black woman from the D.C. Circuit Court, for 2 years. I knew it would be hard. I knew it would be tough. The verbal abuse that she was put through. What's a woman? Am I a biologist? I don't know. One of the dumbest answers in confirmation history. But then there's Cory Booker. See, they're all trying to rewrite the history that took place here. Cut, time to go.
And so I think this was more than just a normal hearing. I think that when people saw, not all of my Republican colleagues, not even most of them, but when some of them kind of went into lines of questioning that were seeming insulting and demeaning and degrading, or just creating filth, frankly.
Like what now? Like what? Like what? And this is how you're going to be treated too, ladies and gentlemen, of any race, background, or whatever. Particularly if you're a person of faith, particularly if you're a parent. You don't want your kids going through all this transgender indoctrination and sexualization. If you oppose critical race theory, this is the way they treat parents who go to school board meetings and so forth and so on. But we're never done until we hear from Yamiche Alcindor on NBC News. The idea that this woman, that this person is a reporter of any kind is laughable. She's a hack and a fraud and a phony. Right, Yamiche? 10-11, go.
That is a key question here. Garrett's reporting that the senator's aides closed the door and would not answer questions during this historic vote really does say something. And it really, in some ways, begs the question of, is this going to be yet another hurdle, another unusual thing that's happening to Judge Jackson as she tries to make history? And as she won't make history, as Garrett said, this vote will happen. She will be confirmed based on the vote count. But it is, in some ways, an unsettling development. In some ways, it reminds me
She's
of...
talking about Rand Paul being late. For all I know, he was in the camp, Mr. Producer. But it's unsettling. It's very, very unsettling. The obstacles that they put in front of Judge Jackson, we've never seen it before. They dared to hold a hearing. They dared to look at her record. They dared to question her about the opinions she wrote and the sentences that she gave to child pornographers and men who use child pornography. They dared to go there, yes they did. They dared to ask her about her pro-positions on critical race theory. Oh, and then they dared to ask her the worst question of all. Can you define a woman? We've never, ever seen anything like this. There are hurdles that she had to go over. And now Rand Paul, they had to wait 15 minutes to finish the vote. 15 minutes to finish the vote. Another hurdle they put in front of her. There's not even a vacancy on the Supreme Court. Oh. But they inconvenienced her. She was ready to go out on the South Lawn with Biden and Harris. And they were delayed. Because Rand Paul obviously hates black women. That's the conclusion you must draw from this, says Yamiche Alcindor of NBC News, previously of the Public Broadcasting Corporation, PBS. And she knows. There's a racist behind every tree. Oh, yes there is. And poor Judge Jackson had to wait 15 minutes. And the brutal questions about her record, just unbelievable. We've never seen anything like this. If she were a white male, she wouldn't be treated this way. Just ask Brett Kavanaugh. If she were a black man nominated by Republicans, she wouldn't be treated this way. Just ask Clarence Thomas. If she were a brilliant scholar nominated to the Supreme Court, just remember the late Bob Wapano. They dared to have an hearing, 20 hours of questions over 4 days, maybe 3, and ask her the tough questions. What's a woman? Well, I'm not a biologist. That'll go down in the annals of history as the toughest question ever asked a nominee, and they asked it of a historic nominee. So rather than have a hearing and rather than ask questions, there should have been a parade. A parade.